In the far reaches of the galaxy, on the edge of explored space, there lay a little-known planet called Orzathia IV. Known for its lush jungles and exotic wildlife, it was a paradise to many but a nightmare to others. For the past several years, the Galactic Federation had been studying the planet, particularly its unique species, the Velktra, a gigantic, sentient snake-like creature known for its bioluminescent scales and unparalleled intelligence. The Velktras were vital to Orzathia's ecosystem, maintaining balance among the planet's flora and fauna. Despite their fearsome appearance, they were gentle beings. However, in recent months, several Velktras had fallen ill, slithering through the jungles weak and trembling, unable to hunt or defend themselves. The Federation's scientists were stumped. No known medicine seemed to work. They feared a mysterious plague might wipe out the species entirely. That was when Dr. Elara Cade, a human veterinarian with a specialty in extraterrestrial biology, was summoned from Earth. Alara was renowned for her ability to treat creatures no one else dared to touch. It was said that she could heal anything that had a heartbeat, or even those that didn't. Alara arrived on Orzathia for aboard her ship, the Wayfarer. As she disembarked, she was greeted by Captain Ralek, a stern-faced soldier in charge of the Federation's research outpost. "Dr. Cade, I hope your reputation holds up. We're losing Velktras faster than we can study them," Ralek said, his expression grim. "I'll do what I can," Alara replied, her voice calm but determined. "Take me to the sick one." The two made their way through the dense, humid jungle to a clearing where a massive Velktra lay coiled around itself, its usually vibrant scales dim and flickering. Its enormous eyes were half closed, filled with pain. The creature's once mighty form trembled with each breath. Alara approached slowly, her movements deliberate to avoid startling the weakened giant. She reached out a hand, and the Velktra's eye focused on her, as if sensing she was there to help. "What's wrong with it?" Ralek asked, watching from a safe distance. "I won't know until I examine it," Alara replied. She activated her scanning device, a handheld tool that could detect irregularities beneath the surface of alien bodies. As she swept it over the Velktra's throat, the screen flickered, showing a dense, solid mass lodged deep inside. "There's something stuck in its throat," Alara said, her brow furrowing. "It's not a tumor. It looks like a stone." "A stone?" Ralek echoed, incredulous. "How would a creature like that swallow a stone?" Alara didn't answer. She was already focused on the next step. The Velktra let out a soft, mournful hiss, its eyes pleading for relief. "I need to remove it. If it stays lodged there, it will suffocate." The problem was, the Velktra was so large that a typical surgical procedure would be impossible with her equipment. And sedating it was out of the question. The creature was already too weak. Alara needed a solution that would not put the Velktra in further danger. Suddenly, an idea struck her. "Captain, do you have an anti-gravity field generators?" Ralek blinked in confusion. "Yes, but why?" "Get it here quickly," Alara commanded. "I have an idea." Within minutes, soldiers lugged over a portable anti-gravity field generator. Alara directed them to position it near the Velktra's massive head. Once the device was activated, it created a small field where gravity was neutralized. "I'm going to use the anti-gravity field to loosen the stone," she explained. "If I can weaken the pressure, the Velktra may be able to expel it on its own." Alara carefully inserted a flexible tube connected to the generator into the Velktra's throat. She adjusted the settings, aiming to reduce the stone's weight just enough to relieve the blockage without causing damage to the creature's delicate internal structures. For a tense moment, nothing happened. The Velktra's eyes widened in distress, and Ralek clenched his fists, fearing the worst. But then, with a sudden, violent heave, the creature convulsed. The stone shot out of its mouth like a cannonball, propelled by a gush of viscous saliva. The soldiers ducked as the stone slammed into a nearby tree, cracking it in half. Alara wiped sweat from her forehead, her heart racing. The Velktra took a deep, shuddering breath, its tremor subsiding. Its scales began to glow brighter, their natural bioluminescence returning. Alara approached the stone that had caused so much trouble. To her surprise, it wasn't an ordinary rock. It was smooth, almost polished, with strange, iridescent markings etched across its surface. "This isn't just a stone," she murmured, picking it up carefully. "It's artificial." Captain Ralek looked over her shoulder, his eyes narrowing. "You're saying someone did this on purpose?" "It's possible," Alara replied. "If these markings are some kind of technology, it could have been planted to disrupt the Velktras. But why would anyone do that?" Before they could ponder the mystery further, the Velktra lifted its massive head and nudged Alara gently, a gesture of gratitude. The soft, musical hum that followed sent shivers down her spine. It was the Velktra's way of communicating. She didn't understand the words, but the emotion was clear. "Thank you, healer." Alara smiled and patted the creature's smooth scales. "You're welcome, big guy." As they made their way back to the outpost, Alara couldn't shake the feeling that this was only the beginning. Someone, somewhere, was trying to disrupt Orzathia's fragile ecosystem, and if the Velktras were the first target, others would follow. But for now, she had saved a life, and she had a lead to follow, a mysterious stone with secrets of its own. Elara Cade, human vet and reluctant hero, knew her work on Orzathia IV was far from over.